I've got a whole bunch of professional grade headphones and they've all got different impedance levels. Now the reason why I've got it is because apparently the new MacBook Pros can drive high impedance headphones. However, they don't mention how high they go. So I've got a few options. I've got a headphone jack. Let's do some testing. So I've got a few different headphones, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the levels to around 60 to 70%, which I think is a comfortable level for listening, just to see if these can actually drive high impedance headphones. Now I'm going to start with a low set of impedance headphones just to gauge a bass level. So I've got the Drop Pandas, which are, pretty good headphones, right? And they have, I believe, a rating of 36 or 38 ohms, so absolutely fine. Then we've got some 80 ohm headphones, which are double the amount of ohms compared to normal headphones. So we're going to see if they work. Then I've got a 250 ohm headphone, which is again a lot higher. And then we've got the biggest and baddest of them all, which is a 600 ohm headphone. So we're going to see if it can actually drive it. And I'm also going to give you a taste on sort of my experience with it by trying to use a microphone to hopefully gauge what the headphone levels are like. So I'm going to start off with the Drop Pandas. Now these are your everyday headphones sort of thing. I mean, they are on the expensive side, don't get me wrong, but in terms of the ohm level and stuff like that, these are typically what you would find other headphones to be at. So I'm going to plug it into the MacBook Pro and we'll see how the levels are as a bass level. Now I've got some copyright free music from Storyblocks, just so then we're not going to get into trouble. Now I am actually going to grab a microphone right over here and I'm going to put this inside the headphone so that you can kind of see what the noise levels are like. And I'm not going to do any sort of post-processing to it, but it's just for you to kind of see what the noise levels are like and see if the high impedance headphone jack can actually drive them. As you can see, that's the sound level we've got out. Perfect. So that is the normal sound level of headphones at 38 ohms at around 60-ish%. So again, plenty loud enough. Like, I wouldn't want it to be any louder than that for the preamps in these things, and it sounded really good. Obviously I've got some really good headphones, but again, sounded really good, loud enough. I could again drive it even higher and it would absolutely blow my ears. Fortunately, my microphone wouldn't probably survive after that, but I think that's a good bass level. So now I've got the Beyerdynamic DT770 Pros, and these are 80 ohm headphones. So this shouldn't be too much of a struggle with a normal headphone jack. Like, you may have to drive the volume a little bit higher, but you can still get it to work. So let's just see what it's like at the same volume level as the previous headphone, and we'll see if there's any drop in performance. So as you can see, works pretty nicely, no issues whatsoever. Again, to my ears, obviously the volume was a little bit lower, but again, I just tap it once or twice in terms of volume height, and I would be able to have the same level as the other one. So now let's try some higher impedance headphones, like truly higher impedance headphones. So now I've got the Beyerdynamic DT880 Pros, and the good thing about these is that firstly they're semi-open back, so I prefer these ones. These are actually my mixing headphones and I really like these. Like, these are top quality, but typically I would have to use a preamp to drive these headphones. Like, there's no way really it would be able to be driven by a headphone jack, even at max volume. Like, it's just not going to happen. So I'm really interested to see if the new headphone jack will be able to drive headphones like these. Okay, that actually didn't sound too bad. Like, I think again, I've got a lot more headroom with this than I did with any other headphone jack in any laptop, to be fair. And just off camera, I did put the volume up to the max, and honestly, it was probably a little bit too loud for comfortable listening, and it definitely would have blew this little microphone out of the water, so there was no point in even testing that on camera. But yeah, with 250 ohm set of headphones, yeah, this little headphone port can drive these headphones. So yeah, I'm genuinely impressed, and I think that the 250 ohm, even maybe up to 300 ohms, you're going to be absolutely fine with. Like, I think you've got enough ceiling for you to kind of put the volume higher if need be. For me, that was a comfortable listening volume, but I think for anything higher, we might have to see. Well, we don't have to see, because I've got a set of 600 ohm headphones. So I'm going to see if I can actually get this headphone jack to drive 600 ohm headphones. That'll be super impressive in a laptop. Okay, so these are the Beyerdynamic DT880s non-pro, and this is the 600 ohm version. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to test it out and yeah, see what happens. Okay, it's actually driving them. The volume is lower than I would like for mixing for sure, but it drives them pretty nicely, especially at that volume level. Normally, on any other normal headphone jack, you would have to blast it right to the max, and it still wouldn't be able to drive them to a comfortable listening level, if not a little bit higher than that. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put this right to the max, and I'm going to see how well these headphones and headphone jack handles all of this. Okay, yeah, I think that proves that, yeah, if you've got 600 ohm headphones and you need them driven, this headphone jack can do it. 100%. Yeah, I was really surprised, like genuinely surprised that these could actually drive, that the headphone jack could drive 600 ohm headphones. Yeah, I won't need to carry around a preamp any longer. Now, I will say that the DAC or whatever in this isn't quite perfect. Like, I definitely think that there are better DACs out there. So if you've got like a DAC and amp combo, don't obviously ditch it or sell it or anything like that, because you will potentially get a better experience out of it than using the headphone jack. But for something that's included, I mean, that's going to save you at least £100 for going for like a really cheap one, up to like 200-300. So the fact that you get a really good amp in this is, yeah, pretty impressive. This high impedance headphone jack definitely drives pretty much anything out there. Like 600 ohms is a lot. Like that's on the high end. And even at max volume, like, yeah, it wasn't blasting my ears, don't get me wrong. Like, if you are someone that likes to, you know, have your ears blasted out, then okay, this headphone jack isn't going to be the one. But to listen at comfortable levels, this is definitely enough. But yeah, leave a comment down below on if you found this video interesting or helpful. Now, I know that this is going to be a very niche video, but please make sure to hit that like button and comment down below if you've enjoyed it. And make sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to see more videos like that, as well as that notification bell. But if you want to see more videos from me right now, you guys know what to do. There are 2 videos right over here. Go ahead, click on it. You'll absolutely enjoy it. Anyway, look after yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.